Alright, so welcome to our new segment on Clyde's World. Reggie, can you explain what we're doing today?
We requested submissions of people's bad date stories, and now we're going to read one for you. Then we're going to break down the dilemmas these people were facing in the date. You could call it a dating postmortem, if you will.
Yep, and we got a lot of submissions. Who would have thunk people would have so many bad dating experiences? Go figure.
Yeah, and on behalf of all y'all who had such bad dating experiences, my sincerest condolences. Anyway, let's get to it. Here's our first submission.
In high school, he asked me to get coffee and then go play video games. We're having coffee. He talks about his ex-fiancée the whole time. Yeah, he was a high schooler with an ex-fiancée. And I mean the whole time. After about 30 minutes of this, he says his grandma needs him back at the house. My mom wasn't even finished driving home yet, so I just told her to turn around and pick me up. F. 23, New York City. Gosh, what a story, Reggie.
Yeah, a lot going on there. The ex-fiancé, the driving, the grandma. Let's take it to the postmortem.
The postmortem.
Okay, so you're a young high school guy. You want to seem mature, but you still don't want to be bored. What do you suggest for a date? Sure, coffee is what you think mature adults do. Yeah, coffee seems like a good date choice.
It's not really what I would want to do as a high schooler, though. I don't think I would drink coffee.
I don't know, I guess kids these days can be stressed out. Maybe kids can relax with a little coffee between climate anxiety and college applications. I don't know what kids are like these days. Okay, so you're a young high school guy. You want to seem mature, but you still don't want to be bored. What do you suggest for a date? Video games. It's what every high school boy dreams of doing on a perfect date. Okay, so they think their own weird things about whatever they think smootily booping is supposed to feel like, and all their life problems get magically solved once they have this experience.
Right. Popular media portrays it that way. But honestly, I wish if I could go back to high school, I'd probably wish I could play video games with girls and have long chats. That's what I wish I could do back then.
Okay, so you're a young high school guy. You want to seem mature, but you still don't want to be bored. What do you suggest for a date? Unfortunately, we did not consider the X factor.
Yes, the date of true kings. Something mature for some nice conversation in the salon, and a little bit of modern electronic hedonism.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go on a coffee and video games date now.
Well, that's probably after you're comfortable with each other, though, Reggie. I mean, after you've been dating for a while, you stop trying to impress each other.
Maybe that's why my relationships don't last so long. I get too relaxed and I stop bringing in the romance.
Yeah, Reggie. Keep a little mystery. Keep things exciting.
Yeah, with me, unfortunately, there's very little mystery after a while. Okay, so you're on the date. You're the guy here, and you're a little torn up over your ex-fiancée. It's just on the back of your mind. What do you do? Honestly, this is probably what I would have done as a high schooler.
Yeah, me too. Scientists say we're not emotionally developed until we're like 25 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had a fiancé in high school, it would have affected my life a lot. Like, that would have meant I did a proposal, we were planning a wedding.
I could barely write an email in high school, much less plan a wedding. What would the reception be?
I mean, probably coffee and video games.
Oh boy, I know you're joking, but that would probably be something like what mine would be like.
Okay, so you're on the date. You're the guy here, and you're a little torn up over your ex.
Yeah, just making up any kind of excuse would be better.
High school me is not great at thinking of excuses. I'd still be saying the dog ate my homework.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if saying that would be much worse than just ranting about your ex-fiancé.
Okay, so you're on the date. Oh my gosh, I would never do this in a million years. Okay, maybe not a million years, but my point is that high school me wouldn't even dare to consider being honest here.
I think I would consider it, but then in the end be way too anxious. It's really hard being honest with someone on a date.
How would you even go about phrasing something like this? I have an ex-fiance, I'm getting cold feet now, I'm so sorry, what's going on? I can't picture myself saying anything like that.
Well, I guess you could say something like, "Hey, I really like you and I thought I could do this, but it turns out that I'm getting cold feet after breaking up with my fiance." That's a whole story, but we won't have to get to it. Anyway, I'm really sorry and I think you're great, but I can't move forward with this right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that actually works pretty well. Guess that's why I'm still having trouble with relationships. I'm too worried about these things blowing up in my face. Okay, so you've gone through with it. You've talked about your fiancé anyway, despite all the social conventions and norms, for 30 minutes non-stop. What do you decide to do to save the day?
I mean, it's the only thing you can do is to just admit the truth.
Sure, but on the other hand, everything has been so embarrassing so far, you probably just want to talk to your grandma.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't as mature back in high school. I would probably run crying to my grandma too.
Yeah, an F came all the way after a long drive, we hear.
Oof, oh boy.
What do you decide to do to save the day? Grandmas make everything better.
Yeah, sure, but you're leaving our pal F here in the lurch.
Tell me, would teenage you have the presence of mind to set your feelings aside to ensure the well-being of your date?
I would probably try, but yeah, when I think about it, I probably wouldn't. It's grandma time. Sorry, F.
Yep, sorry. Grandma trumps date when teenage embarrassment is at stake. And now our review. What kind of takeaways did you have?
I learned that I know the right thing to do is to be honest. And I wasn't great at it before, but I'm pretty good at it now.
I learned that grandmas are more important than dates.
I learned that having an ex-fiancé is way too early for a teenager.
Event organization isn't easy. I also learned that video games and coffee are not a great date if you still want to be mysterious as an older person.
Reggie, you're plenty mysterious. Don't worry about it.
You mean it? Oh gosh.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Hey!
Anyway, I learned that teenagers might drink coffee now, because our world is terrifying.
On that note, I think that's the end of our show. We might do this again, so please feel free to continue submitting your bad dating experience stories.
Feel free to contact us at charles.hands.huang@gmail.com with the subject line, Bad Dating Story. That's charles.hands.huang@gmail.com. Hands as H-A-N-S and Huang as H-U-A-N-G.
Hang in there, folks. Things will get better sooner than you think.
This was a Clyde's World production. This prototype was made for RPI's Level Upstate program in summer 2020. Clyde's World is a multimedia universe about Clyde and his friends, dealing with social awkwardness, social issues, and the horrors of being young adults in a cruel world. Clyde's World is only on itch.io. Check out more of Clyde's World at muditaheart.itch.io. That's MUDITA heart.itch.io.
See you soon, folks.